Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up and use the Safety Track feature on the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. This is a feature that can help you out during editing if you've captured some video where the audio is completely off the scale and it's clipped and sounds distorted and horrible. So for example, if you've captured some sound that's too loud. This video is organised into 3 sections. In the first section we're going to see how we can enable the Safety Track feature. In the second part we'll go and record some video with some completely overblown audio. And in the third part we'll go into the editing program and we'll see how we can actually make use of the Safety Track feature to save our project. So let's start off by seeing how to enable the Safety Track feature on the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. So here you can see this LED in the center. This LED will be lit up if the safety channel feature is turned on. When this is turned off, the microphone records a dual mono signal. That just means that the left and right channels of the stereo output in the video file will be exactly the same because this is a mono microphone. When we turn on the safety channel feature, which we can do by holding down the power button and the output gain control button here at the same time, notice that the LED comes on. When this feature is turned on, the right-hand channel will record the same audio as the left-hand channel, but it will be recorded at -10 dB. What this means is that the right-hand channel will be quieter than the left-hand channel. So now we've got the safety channel feature activated on the microphone, what I'm going to do is get up close and personal, and I'm going to shout into the microphone to create an overloaded signal. I'll reduce the volume in the edit so you're not going to blow your speakers or your eardrums. Okay, I'm talking very loud and I'm looking at the screen and I can see the left channel is overloading, but the right channel isn't, which is good because we've got the safety channel active. Okay, so that was rather obnoxious. What we're going to do now in the third part of this video is import that video that I just recorded, and we'll see how we can use the safety channel feature. So the first thing you need to do is import the video files into whatever editing software you're using. For this demo I'm going to use Premiere Pro, but the following steps will apply on other editing programs as well. You might just have to use some different dialog boxes or options. So we're going to look at 3 different scenarios here. The first scenario is where everything's good and we don't have any clipping or overloading in the audio file. The second example is where the whole file is ruined with overloaded audio. And in the third scenario we'll see how we can just replace a tiny part with the audio from the safety track. So let's start off by dragging in this good file into the timeline here. And if I just come over here and click play. Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the safety. Notice on the right that we're not getting any clipping, and if you listen to this audio, it's not overloading or sounding distorted. If I just play this back again, watch what happens on the meter here. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the safety track. Notice that the right hand side is lower than the left hand side. And that's because on the right hand side we've got the safety track active, and that's recorded at -10 dB. So in this case we don't actually have to make use of the right hand channel because the left hand channel is not overloading. So essentially we want the sound data from the left channel to also be output on the right. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. The first way is to use an effect. So I'm going to come to the effects here, and I'm just going to search for fill. And in the audio effects here, what we're going to do is we're going to use the fill right with left effect. So we'll just drag that on. And if we play back now, you should see that both the left and right channels are the same volume. Let's just play this. This is a feature that can help you out when you're editing, and we can see here that the left channel has been replicated on the right channel. They're both the same. This can save you from having. There's an alternative to this approach. What I'm going to do is just delete this from the timeline. We'll come back to the bin. I'm going to right click on the file that's good, come up to modify audio channels. At the minute the left input is mapped to the left output and the right input to the right output, but what we want to do is we want to map the left input from the media to both the left and right channels. So we'll tick this box here and hit OK. And now when we drag this into the timeline and play it back, we should see that both channels are the same. Once again, the left channel has been replicated in the right channel. Let's take a look next at this bad file. This is the one that we just recorded with me shouting into the camera. So let's suppose that the entire clip is ruined because it's been overloaded. You can see here in the left channel that these peaks are really high, whereas in the right channel the peaks are a bit lower. If we play this back, you should be able to hear the clipping.
Okay, I'm talking very loud and I'm looking at the screen and I can see the left.
So you should be able to hear the distortion and the clipping here, and notice that the clipping indicator has turned red here, telling us that this has clipped and we've lost sound quality. So in this case we want to do the opposite. We want to replace the left channel with whatever's on the right channel, the safety channel. Once again we can do this by coming to Effects and using this Fill Left with Right. We'll just drag that on and play this back now. We can see that there's no longer any clipping and both channels are the same. So now we're using the safety track on both the left channel and the right channel. I'm just going to delete this again and come back to the bin. We'll drag this in again. The third scenario is where you might want to just take a small piece of the safety track and use that on the left channel. So let's suppose here we've got this whole file and we want to use the left channel for all of it, except for this part here where we've got the overloading. What I'm going to do is just add a couple of edit points here. Once again, come back to Effects, and once again, fill the left with the right. We'll drag that over to the overloaded section, and if we play this back now,
and I'm looking at the screen, and I can see the left.
Once again, we don't get any overloading. If we play this back, there's going to be a difference in sound here.
Okay, I'm talking very loud.
So you'll either have to reduce the volume of the track manually to try and get them to match up.
Or your eardrums. Okay, I'm talking.
Or you can use some advanced techniques such as using a compressor in the channel.
So I hope you enjoyed that video and found it useful. If you did, please click the like button as it really helps the channel. And if you want to be notified about future tutorials related to photography and video, click the subscribe button and also turn on notifications. See ya!